What is happening to Bitcoin at the moment? We saw this dump towards the downside coming all the way back down to this major trend line and the support. So yes, are we going to break this level and come all the way back down to the 25,000 US dollar level? That's what everybody's expecting at the moment. Or is Bitcoin finally going to turn around in these regions and we're going to break this resistance towards the upside? We're going to first of all find out why we saw this dump towards the downside. Is it because of Pepper that a lot of people sold all their Bitcoins to buy this meme coin with 0% fundamental values? Or guys, is it because of Binance halting the Bitcoin withdrawals over the weekend? Because yes, ordinals break Bitcoin transaction fees exceeding rewards as congestion rises. So yes, we're going to look at all of these factors, but first of all, we're going to start on the weekly chart for Bitcoin. We're going to first look at the bigger picture to really understand where the price of Bitcoin is at the moment. We have formed the bottom round about the 15,000 US dollar level. I told you in these regions to dollar cost average into Bitcoin because we're going to see this massive explosion towards the upside. And guys, if you have missed all of this, make sure to subscribe and activate the bell so that you always stay up to date. And we saw this major pump towards the upside, and then we saw this sideways consolidation and another pump towards the upside, and at the moment we are again in this sideways consolidation. I want to show you something very interesting. So if we're going to take the time period from the time we had this major pump towards the upside all the way to this breakout point, then we can see, yes guys, if we compare it to the consolidation that we are seeing at the moment, all the way from these levels, all the way to the price target that we are at the moment, then yes, we can see that in both scenarios, we were in the sideways consolidation for 49 days. And now at the moment we are also at 49 days. So yes guys, are we going to see this wick like we saw it the last time all the way back down to the 25,000 US dollar level, what everybody's expecting at the moment, or are we finally going to turn around in these regions? So yes, maybe we could see this dump towards the downside, but guys, I expect that we're going to do something very different, that Bitcoin is going to turn around in these regions. But first of all, let's turn on the VPVR. Then we can see at the moment, we can see the last cluster of support in these regions, but we can see that the next line of support is exactly at the 25,000 US dollar level, where we have got some major volume in these regions. So yes guys, even if we're going to get this dump all the way back down to the 25,000 US dollar level, this would still be mega bullish. And why? Yes guys, because we have our low and then we were forming higher lows for Bitcoin. So yes, even if we're going to see the dump all the way back down to the 20,000 US dollar level, guys, this would still be bullish because we can see we have formed higher lows and also higher highs for Bitcoin. And this consolidation is just good for the overall market because nothing can go up in a straight line. And like I told you in the previous video, we can see consolidation over the time, and this means the price consolidates in a certain price range like we saw in these levels. Always see a consolidation over the price, and this would mean that we would have seen this dump all the way back down to the very important EMAs. But guys, we saw this consolidation over time and we are nearly at the 13 EMA on the daily chart, which would give us a signal that we're going to continue with this run even higher. So yes guys, I first of all think that we're going to hold this level until we're going to break this very important trend line. So let's go back on the daily chart, and on the daily chart for Bitcoin, yes guys, we saw this wick come all the way back down to this very important trend line that we have been holding for a very long period of time. From the 18th of March, we can see that the price movement stays in this range with a high of 31,000 US dollars and the low round about the levels of 26,500 US dollars, where we got this wick towards the downside. But guys, we are still forming higher lows and this is still bullish guys. But if we're going to break this very important trend line and the support, then yes guys, we could expect the dump all the way back down to this major support of 25,000 US dollars. But guys, first of all, we're going to go over to Pepper. Yes, a lot of people sold the Bitcoin to profit from these moves from Pepper. But guys, as you can see, we have reached the high and now we are forming lower highs for Pepper. And yes guys, like I told you in the previous videos, that a lot of people will take profits in these regions because yes, you don't want to be holding any coin with zero fundamental values if we're going to see this dump towards the downside. And if a few people are selling, guys, we could see this dump all the way back down, even all the way back down to these previous highs round about these levels. So yes guys, I wouldn't touch this coin at the moment. But guys, this could be also one reason a lot of people sold their Bitcoins to buy this meme coin, and at the moment we can see that a lot of people are taking profits, and hopefully in Bitcoin, because yes guys, if we go over to the 4-hour chart of Bitcoin, guys, we are perfectly still holding this level, and if we're going to even see the dump all the way back down to these regions to form a W and then break out to this very important trend line, because yes guys, this is the trend line that we broke towards the downside, and this would be our first price target to reclaim this trend line and find support on this trend line. So now we're going to find out what may also cause this dump towards the downside. So yes, Binance halted the Bitcoin withdrawals over the weekend, and yes guys, we could remember that in these times we also had a lot of Binance FUD that caused the price of Bitcoin to dump. But guys, yes, let's look at this notice from Binance. We have temporarily closed Bitcoin withdrawals as the Bitcoin network is experiencing a congestion issue. So yes, we could see they halted the withdrawals, but guys, what are these ordinals? Ordinals break Bitcoin, transaction fees exceed rewards as congestion rises. So yes guys, we're going to first read into it and then we're going to find out what are these ordinals. On Sunday, Bitcoin block 788695 registered high transaction fees, then minus rewards, a very rare moment in the cryptocurrency history thanks to congestion caused by the surge in Bitcoin ordinals, NFTs. The transaction fees for the block 788695 were 6.71 Bitcoin, surpassing the amount of Bitcoin minted in the block with 6.25 Bitcoin. So yes, the unexpectedly high cost in fees have risen due to the new Bitcoin protocol BRC20, which allows users to permanently inscribe data on single satoshis. This feature has created a kind of non-fungible token NFT marketplace, where predominantly text and JPEGs are placed on the blockchain and sold as what is called Bitcoin ordinals. So yes, these are just NFTs or data stored on the Bitcoin network. And guys, yes, this led to the high transaction fees, but overall I don't think that this must raise any concerns, because the Bitcoin network and the miners will fix this problem and more miners will come into the network so that we're going to get these fees even lower. But guys, first of all, we're going to find out what is happening in the US economy. And yes, Janet Yellen warns of constitutional crisis over the US debt ceiling. Congress must raise the debt limit. And yes, we could expect that the Biden administration is going to print even more money, and we're going to see that this will pump the Bitcoin price even higher. So yes, on the daily chart, this level is going to be very important for Bitcoin. If we're going to hold this level and break even higher, yes guys, we could expect that we're going to break this trend line towards the upside and break all the way up to the levels of 33,000 US dollars. But guys, first of all, we have to hold this level, and even if we're going to see this dump all the way back down to the 25,000 US dollar level, guys, this will just be an opportunity to buy Bitcoin in these regions, because yes, if we're going to turn on the VPVR on the daily chart, the volume price index, then guys, we can see that a lot of volume is at the 25,000 US dollar level. So guys, even if we're going to see this dump all the way back down to this level, use this opportunity to dollar cost average into Bitcoin. And if you want to buy crypto on the spot market, make sure to use my BITGET link in the video description below to get a massive deposit bonus. And guys, make sure to be for crypto, smash up the like button and subscribe, and we see each other in the next video.